Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
This is Herflow from Hot 702.5 FM. Las Vegas, looking for a winner-takes-all way to burn off that extra energy? Welcome to Bouncy World, the ultimate climate-controlled indoor playground. We're stacking the deck with specials all week long. Cool off with Frosty Tuesdays featuring ice-cold treats for the kids, then join us for free popcorn Thursdays, because nothing beats a salty snack after a giant bounce. And at Bouncy World, we believe every child deserves their moment to soar. Join us every Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. for Sensory Sundays. We dim the lights and turn off the music to create a calm, inclusive space designed specifically for our newer, diverse community. At Bouncy World, we fly high. From high-flying fun to inclusive play, we've got it all. Visit us at bouncyworldlv.com to book your party or check our open play hours. Bouncy World, jump into the fun today.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
We in the building. Turn me up. It's the way bigger than sports show with just Q-Mecca. Shout out to Suge. He out of town celebrating his mother. She retiring, Mother's Day, a bunch. Shout out to you, Suge. Tell mom salute. It's good when they retire. Tell her to go travel the world. So it's just me and my special co-host. We be disagreeing, but I love her. We're going to have a good discussion about relationships. What's the issues? What's the solutions? What's going on? Like Marvin Gaye. Welcome, CARRICE.
How to give myself a special introduction.
I like your hair.
Thank you.
You usually be raggedy now.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. No, I'm about to take it down so it can be curly. That's what
that was the goal?
Going. Yeah.
I ain't mad at it. I like it.
Thank you.
I like it. How you been?
You know, I've been cool. We've been preparing for our grand opening for Revive Lounge. And sorry, y'all, I'm about to fix my camera. And so we've just been
grinding.
It's been that.
It's been a grind.
So you know, shout out to Revive Lounge.
Shout out to Black businesses.
You know, we will be having our grand opening Friday. We already have like 50 reservations. Like,
so y'all busy. Y'all gonna you gonna be working? Who gonna be working?
We have some staff. No, we have staff. I mean, our family. Me and Javon will be working, but we have staff as well. So yeah, it'll be quite interesting. It'll be a good time. I'm excited we'll have a ribbon cutting. So are you coming?
What time?
Our ribbon cutting is gonna be like 4:45 p.m.
I might make it.
Yeah.
I might make it.
And then we'll do a toast and
a toast with tea.
And then after that we taking everybody's money. Just like that.
Look, they came to get your money. Oh, that's good. That's good. Remember, Revive is the spot. Come, slow down, have a mocktail, talk, watch the time, or don't watch the time. Slow down. We all need to slow down anyway. Meditate, take a break, give your mind a rest so you can hear God talking to you. That's when God talking to you, when you slow down. Hustle and bustle, he be like, you ain't listening. Sometimes you got to sit you down. Sit down, you wasn't listening. All right, but we about to get into these topics. The question or the statement is, what are the issues and solutions that are plaguing the black men and black women in our relationships? Why we seem so far apart and we getting further? Or is that just what they telling us and we closer? What you think?
I mean, I think that we're learning that we all had some mental health challenges growing up. Just first of all, being black. I mean, That was a struggle in itself. And then
America.
two, our family and home dynamic being broken up. That sucks.
Yeah,
So
that's a big one.
So I think that those things become learned behavior, and then some people repeat those same behaviors in other relationships instead of trying to correct the behavior or trying to address their mental health like directly.
I agree. I think that it also, like everything, it starts with identifying that you have mental health issues. And I guess a way that you can identify it is if you keep having the same patterns happen in your relationships, then maybe you should be like, okay, and the outcome isn't what you want, maybe you should look into yourself like, okay, what am I doing? What's going on that I keep having the same pattern? Pattern recognition is the thing, how you could determine what an issue is, where an issue is, and how. So I think a lot of people don't even try, or they're unaware about identifying that they're having this pattern. They might be blaming the other person, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I hear a lot of. Oh, it's
right.
their fault,
Instead
it's
of
their
like
fault.
taking, because but the thing is, I don't think that they know they're wrong because they've seen the behavior, so they think it's normal.
Right. That's a
So
good
at
point.
some point,
So
you
that-
got to
so
figure
that-
out like, yeah, this probably isn't what I'm supposed to do or how I'm supposed to respond. But like, when do you get to that point?
Right.
I was telling Quinn before we started, like I probably have a unique, situation growing up. Like I had soft parents before that even existed. So, we were able to communicate openly and effectively. People didn't yell at each other. It was just, cool, easy conversations. But I didn't realize till I got in college and my college roommate would be yelling at her black mama, and I was like, wait a minute, like what is really going on? And I was like, oh, I didn't know people did that to their mom. Like that's crazy. And no one would ever come over and do that to my mom, so I didn't see it. You know
Right.
what I mean? So
yeah, you didn't think that. Yeah, I understand.
yeah,
That
was
is
crazy.
true. Yeah, you had a unique, because my experience was maybe, I couldn't yell at my mom. Don't get it twisted. Or my dad. But my mom and dad, they had a tumultuous relationship over the span of a lot of years, and I think it affected us, the older. I got siblings that's born in the middle 80s and the early 90s, and then me and my older sister born in the late 70s. So it affected us all differently too. So I grew up in a home where my mom and dad got married, so they tried to do the right thing, but they didn't. They wasn't. My mom was a free spirit, and she didn't want to be controlled, and my dad was a Muslim, and religion.
He was controlling.
Religion is controlling when it comes to the woman and the man. Like you can't dress as you can't. My mom wanted to do everything that Muslim was the opposite of Muslims.
So he became Muslim after they got married.
He was, yes. Well,
Oh, okay.
no. He was a Muslim when they got married. And we all was Muslims when they got married, as a matter of fact. He became a Muslim right after I was born. So that's why my name is not a Muslim name. All my siblings is Amir, Elijah, Asaya, Kaija, Arama. I got Muslim siblings' names. Me, I became Muslim probably when I was like 1 or something like that. Yeah. So you were pushed to become a Muslim when you were 1 because you can't really make that decision.
Exactly.
Well, I'm 1 years old. I ain't gonna say.
And I'm saying that, and I'm kind of saying that because based off of our conversation, that's what a lot of things were pushed on us as kids, and then that's how we thought it was supposed to be.
Exactly. A lot of people, if you ask them why they are what they are or why their religion is what it is, they'll tell you because my mom was that or my grandma was that. So yeah, that's a thing that goes on. And I think that's just part of any children.
Like even me being a Christian, I was born into a Christian family, so I went to a Christian church, a Baptist, Southern Baptist. Okay, but that was just what we did, until I got older and I thought to myself, the math ain't mathing.
Right, and I had the same journey. And my grandma, my father's mom, rest in peace, she was a Christian too. A Zion Methodist. She went to Zion Methodist. That's the church in our neighborhood where I'm from, y'all.
That's where most of us went to school.
Yeah, and I went to school.
But Quinn ain't from our neighborhood. He from the rich part of Valley View.
No. I'm from the part of Valley View where the most drive-bys occurred. The first part over there it used to be 7-Eleven, then it was Stop and Shop, then it was A&K, then it was Sonny's, then it was a lot of things over there. But I'm from over there by that side. But I did go to school with Miss Scott. Shout out to Miss Scott. I be seeing Miss Scott. We all had Miss Scott, all my siblings.
Mm-hmm. That was our teacher's name, Miss Scott. I've been trying to think of her name. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was her name, Miss Scott. We were, you know what? So me, you, and Javon was probably all in class together.
We might have been.
And we had to be because we were the same age.
Yeah, we might have been.
And I really been trying to figure out, I know my grandmother had a book with pictures in it, and I've been trying to find it. I
didn't know you went there.
Yeah, I went there.
My older sister went there. She got a whooping with the paddle because they used to whoop you with the paddle back then. She didn't come back.
Yes, it
that was light skin. I don't even know she was bad, but she didn't come back.
I ain't never get whooped with the paddle. You got whooped with the paddle?
Yeah.
Because you was bad. That's why.
You know what? I wouldn't take naps. They be like, because you had to take a nap.
Yeah.
I hated taking a nap when I was
on
a
the
kid.
little plastic thing to stick to your body.
Yeah, exactly. Right after
naps
lunch.
was crazy.
Yeah. I ain't like that. But I got.
So wait, you was in the Easter program?
No.
Okay, because I did the Welcome at the Easter program, and then Javon did this is how we figured out that he was my boyfriend in preschool. Is that he forgot his speech, but I remembered it. I remember it was a kid that forgot his speech, and it just so happened to be him. I was
really?
oh.
Yeah, I didn't do no. I wasn't good at speeches until I was 19. I was scared to talk in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
I got a job. They was like, you want to talk in front of 300 people, or you want to talk in front of 2 Asian people that don't speak English? Asian people. That's what I told her.
So what was that for? And I think that's on cue because that has to do with communication, and I just wonder how that panned out. So you picked the 2 people.
I picked the 2 people,
and then what?
She gave it to me, and then since it's ironic, since only 2 people used to come per hour, 2 to 5. That theater closed down. So then I had to transfer to the 300 people theater. So I had to, it's like if you don't swim, I had to do it, boom. And then I just became great at it.
Oh my goodness,
that was great, yo. I used to be great
this guy here, boy.
Then I was like, I could do it. I was shy. You didn't believe me I was shy. You didn't believe me that I was shy. I'm like, I'm shy.
No, I believe it.
I don't talk to people. I talk to people if you see me in my element, you're like, he ain't shy at all. But if you see me out somewhere and I don't know nobody, be over there and I'm going to be observing. I'm a Virgo, y'all. I observe everything, pay attention. But, yeah, I was shy. And then I got unshy. Well, I learned how to talk in front of people, and it made me more confident. I think I've always been a little bit different since far back as I can remember.
So when that, in terms of relationships that you have, when did you have your first kid?
I had my first daughter in 1996.
How old were you?
17, 18, something like that.
So how was like the communication between you and your daughter's mom? Like how did that start off? How did that
Me and
communication?
my daughter's mom?
Yeah.
We didn't have good communication because I don't believe my mom and dad had good communication. My mom and dad with each other didn't have good communication. My dad had good communication with us as far as telling us the things that he told us. Hey, don't look for God. He ain't no spook out the sky. God is within you. Know yourself. We beautiful. Our skin color is beautiful. He told us all those things. But him and her their relationship was totally different. So one thing my parents did for me that I appreciate is they let me be me. But one thing that they didn't do while I had a baby when I was in high school is didn't talk to me about sex and how that works. And the irony is my mama had my older sister when she was 15 and she had me when she was 17. So I was thinking when this is how my dad and mom found out that I had a woman pregnant, a young lady pregnant. Me and the young lady knew. We went to the Huntress. You remember Huntress Teen
My
Theater?
uncle used to own that.
Yeah, we went there. She found out. Boom. So
you went to the teen night?
Yeah. We went to the
immature there that night?
We went there. Well, we went there. She went there with one of her homegirls. They was pregnant together. I was like, look at y'all. But then she had the paper. She left it on her bed when she went to school. Her mom saw it. I think she
about
did.
her being
I
pregnant.
think that was her way of telling her mom
the
without
paper.
telling
I'm sorry, I just want to clarify.
The paper that said she was pregnant.
Okay, got it.
She had it hidden, and then one day she just left it on her bed. She forgot. That's what she said. I think that was her way of telling her mom because she was scared. That's what I think.
Okay.
Her mom found out. Boom. Called my dad. I remember it was nighttime, like 7 p.m. She was like, "Hey, this is Jackie." He was like, "Who is Jackie?" Your Jacqueline's mom. He's like, "Quinn, yeah, we got to talk." He was like, "Okay, talk." She's like, "No, I got to see you face to face." He was like, "All right." Then he came in the room. I was listening to Tupac. Shout out to Tupac. He was like, "Quinn, Jackie's mom just called me. She said she needed to talk. You ain't get that girl pregnant, did you?" That's exactly how he said it. And I was like, "Shit, he already know." Yeah. I ain't lying about it. I said, "Yeah." And then he was cool. My pa's always been cool, handle things my mom was at work, but he called her, and she didn't handle it cool. She was like, "I'm 34. She was young. "I'm only 34. I don't want to." She was yelling, cussing. Here, talk to her. I didn't want to talk to her. She tripping. That's why I gave the phone to my daddy. So then, that's how it happened. So and then me and my daughter's mom, shout out to you, we're good now, but we went through, first of all, she was fine.
When we say fine, we talking about like fine?
Fine, like, girl.
Okay.
And then she used to wear we had dress codes. Remember we had dress codes in school? She used to break the dress code every day. And they didn't used to do nothing. But we was in English class, and I'm walking to turn my paper in. It's like 95. This is the OJ. As a matter of fact, it was the day OJ Simpson got acquitted. It's the day my daughter was conceived. So it was like 95, October or something. October, November, something like that. And she had on the littlest miniskirt with no underwear on. And when I walked by, she did the basic instinct. She uncrossed her legs and then crossed them. I was like, oh, hell no. English class. After class, she's like, "Hey, I got my mama a car." She off. "But who at your house?" I said, "My daddy at work." Boom, we went to the west side. Hey. And then that's when we watched O.J. Simpson get acquitted, and then my daughter was conceived. Boom. But we didn't talk.
Wait. So this was just a one-off situation?
Well, we've been flirting with each other because she's always wearing them little clothes. I was like, "Girl, what you doing in here?" So, but we was flirting, and then one day, she just, I think she had a boyfriend. Did I have a girlfriend? Yeah. My girlfriend was the bully, too. She used to beat all
So
the
how
girls
did you know it was your kid?
That's the same thing my daddy said. I promise you. He said, my dad was like, "I don't think it's, son, you need to get a, her mama said she was promiscuous." This is what he was telling me. Her mama said she was promiscuous. You need to get a blood test. I'm telling you, I don't know. I was like, how I knew It's the energy. I'm an energy person, so I felt it. And I was like, yeah, I don't believe that she's not my daughter. My daddy kept hounding. My daddy hounded until my daughter was born. Then when he saw her, the first time he saw her, he was like, never no more. He didn't say nothing more about that no more. Oh, that's my first grandbaby. You love her. Spoiler.
So back to like how you guys were communicating. So like you're 17. How old was she?
She was the same age.
Okay, so you're 17. Your parents normally don't communicate effectively with each other. Like, so now you got a whole baby. You 17. Now you got a whole lot on your mind too. Like, how do you communicate? Like because she wasn't even your lady. Okay.
Hold on. And before that, I gotta be honest. Boom. When she found out she was pregnant, I was like, oh, you need to get an abortion. We ain't ready for no baby. That's what I said. And then her response was, I'm just going to move to California. I'm just going to go to California and raise her with my auntie. That's what she said. And I was like, what you talking about? She's like, I'm just going to move to California. You don't have to do nothing. Then I was raised by my daddy, a man who's always said, a man is a man not because of how many women he got or how many kids. It's about how he takes care of his responsibilities. That's what he always told me. So when she said she's going to move to California and raise my daughter, I was like, hold on, no, we ain't doing that. We can have her here and raise her. So that's what happened. So then me and her communication, because her parents, she come from a tumultuous parent. Her mom and dad were married also, but then they've been divorced and they also remarried. They both been remarried maybe 3 or 4 times. So me and her didn't have good communication with each other from the start. And we wasn't really together. So we had a baby off of O.J. Simpson acquittal one day, it was daytime, and then we had to figure it out, young people.
So how did you do that? Like, how did you figure, okay, because initially you weren't communicating well together.
Yeah, we didn't communicate because it was
it's like, at what point did it click and say, okay, I need to do this differently, or I need to hear her differently, or
it
what?
took for me, it took, our families and her and I were trying to be together. I was like, once we gonna be together? But our families was at odds. Her mom and dad was mad at me because I got her pregnant, but they wasn't mad at her. That was weird to me. But my dad was like, hey, y'all worrying about something that's already happened. Now it's still life, and we got to figure out a plan after the child is born. Now it's already what happened. Y'all mad at what happened, you can't change it. It's okay. Yeah, y'all didn't meet him. We was sneaking around doing whatever. Okay, but now we got to go forward. They didn't like that, so our families was at odds for the whole first year of my oldest daughter's life. Her first birthday, I remember it was at the park right there on Eastern and Sahara. Forgot the name of that park. Winchester? I don't know what the name of the park is, but right there, we had our first birthday party. I got pictures from it, and that's when our families came together and got understanding and became cool. My mom became cool, her mom, her dad, and my dad gained respect for each other and those things. So we had a great first year birthday party for my daughter. And then me and her started to, okay, we're going to get our own place. She was a little older than me. Her birthday's a couple of months before me. So we was going to move, get our own place. We skipped prom and homecoming. We skipped everything to get our own place. And then we was supposed to get married because I took the ASVAB test for the Air Force, and I scored high. He was like, you could be anything you want to be. That's what he told me. He was like, you could go in there and be anything you want to be. But he said at that time, it was probably like 97, 98. He was like, you either have to marry your child's mother or give up your rights to your child to come to the Air Force. That's what he told me back then.
And I think that's still the way it is. Because you can't make any decisions while you over somewhere else. Yeah. And I understand it, but it sucks.
And I wasn't ready to get married. And then me and her fell out because she wanted to get married. That was our plan. But we fell out, and then I moved out.
But so since this is like how to like navigate a healthy relationship, like, so how did you like, so what initially, were you arguing? Were you not being able to, were you calling each other out your names?
We were at odds. We were at odds because our parents was at odds, and she was a Leo, and she was really, really controlling and bossy. And my daughter said that to her when she got a little older too, like 16. So me and her used to clash because I can't be controlled. Virgos, we need the space and the room to do what we want to do.
I think everybody needs a space.
I don't know if that's true. But
I know I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a free spirit. Like that's just in my energy.
If you try to box us in,
but I think that's with anyone. Like I think even with my husband, like like I know that he needs to be able to be free to do some things, like by himself. Even though that's a good thing. He don't want to be up under me.
No, he got to just some time away from you. You probably annoy him.
Like I don't like I think genuinely, like for real, like I think it's because we're older. Like maybe if we were in our 20s, but now we like I'll leave him or something for a couple hours and he'll be like, dude, I miss you. Like when you come home. That's a good thing though.
But you're right. We're older now. We're middle aged, so we way more calmer. That's true. But for me, I still need. See, I'm not a clingy person. And clingy people.
but I think that so those things could be based off of like ego and how you saw things in other relationships. Like I always saw my grandparents holding hands, cuddling, like they would always be like hugged up together. So that's a good thing. So I always saw that. So naturally that's probably what I like to do. And so it, for me, it's a reset for me too. Like, so if I had a long day, like, if I go and lay on his chest or something, it's a reset.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. And
but I'm saying
think
like
people need to do that.
But I mean, we're older, so that I don't know what that would have been like
when you was 20 and he was 20 or 19.
Yeah, I probably may have still wanted that, but he might have not understood what that looked like. Yeah,
that's true. Or he might have, I know your husband for a long time, right? I can remember him. He's always been cool, calm demeanor. I remember we used to have conversations, and we used to play basketball. He was good at basketball too.
Barely. Better than me though.
He always been cool. So he might have been just like you. He might have been cool with what you guys are cool with, why y'all attracted then. But I wasn't that. I was on a go. Virgo age. I get tired of you fast.
Do you think that because at this point you're how old? 40, almost 47?
47.
47. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like at this point you've never been married.
Never.
Like what's the longest relationship you've been in?
Like 7 years.
So at what point?
Shout out to the 7 years.
So at what point, like, do you think, why is it that I don't want to marry someone, or that I haven't even like gotten to that point? What do you think it is? In short answer.
I was supposed to get married. Let me say one. I told you the first one. Mm-hmm. Maybe 2 times. I was supposed to propose. Happened? I wasn't ready. I'd have been a bad husband.
So you're 47 and it sounds like you're still not ready.
I'd have been a bad husband.
Okay, that's fair. I appreciate that answer.
I was honest. They didn't like it. They didn't like that. They was like, do it anyway.
But I think that what I've learned now, because I was married when I was 23, and it was it was a cool marriage. It was no like real drama. It was one particular little thing that I couldn't get past. But we talked about it. We we broke it off amicably. He still paid a mortgage, for a year. Like it was cool. Now, being married this time, like in my 40s, like I know, like there's some things that I can see before, and I can say, oh, okay, I could do this differently. Like I noticed, like certain behaviors or things that I'm like, oh, you know what, I could just kind of, because at this point I've been single for so long, I'm used to doing everything on my own, so now I gotta adjust to somebody who wants to do it all. Yeah. So now I'm like, I'm still learning that process too, of just like having a husband who actually serves you, and I think that that's like the biggest thing. So like, do you feel like what part of you is missing from being a good husband?
Well, then I was just wilding and I didn't want to
Today.
be one. Today I'll be a good. Today I'm way more open and ready, but I'm picky. All right, I'm gonna tell the
You
truth.
do notice people are not perfect.
Of course. No, I'm not perfect. So it's not really about perfection. I don't look for perfection. I just look for, it's probably just one thing.
What is it?
It ain't the thing that you and your first husband broke up with. It's hey, if you want to be my woman and you want to be protected and provided for, then you have to get on my program.
What's the
my program
here we
means,
are. Here
I'm
we
just
go.
telling you, the truth is, hey, you
But
can't,
I'm saying, why is it that you've created this is a start to an unhealthy relationship, because you created this program in your head for a woman you don't even know exists yet. And that's the problem is that, like, I didn't know that I was gonna get swept off my feet. You know what I mean? First day, so the plan that I might have had in my head is out the window, because now this person is completely different than in my head what I thought it should be. So, like, you've created a plan for someone that you don't even know exists yet.
No, it's a program. And it ain't a plan.
Program.
You didn't even ask what the program was.
I did. I said I want to hear the program.
The program is, like I said, if you want to be protected and provided for, you have to take my counseling and guidance. It's just like the bodyguard. A bodyguard cannot protect a person that don't listen to them. Like, if I tell you, hey, don't go into that crowd that way, we're going to do it a different way, and you're like, I'm going to go. Now, I'm supposed to protect you. Saw Whitney Houston bodyguard. Like, so I'm not trying to control you. It's not, do everything I say.
So maybe it's the verbiage. Because, and that sounds like an ego thing with the verbiage, because, like, I think that even, like I said, even like starting off, being a wife to this guy, like, I'm trying to figure out how to relinquish my own independence. And then now I'm like, now I got to trust you to walk through the fire and we not go burn. Like, okay, so now I have to adjust to that. But I think that I think this verbiage, because I can trust that he's going to make a good decision for us now. Mm-hmm. Like, but he's not. I'm not gonna say he wouldn't say the program, because he is smart. He is smart ass, and he would say,
because it's true.
But no, I'm saying for you,
walk around in eggshells.
No,
you got
I'm
with my man's program, and it's good.
No, it's not his program.
You can see.
But what I'm saying is that maybe for you it is the verbiage. Maybe it's the verbiage that it's not it's a natural, like, relinquishing of, like, certain things. Like, I naturally let go and let him be.
Naturally, you just say you struggle with it. And
no. I said initially because I was single for so long,
and that's.
I'm like, but now it's like,
right. What? So, but it took an adjustment period. We'll say,
of course,
and that's what I mean. And I'm not, and I don't just say, give me my program. It's the way I say it. It's more defined. No. After I talked to you about it, after I already told you what it is and why, because I'm one of the people that told my daughter, don't ever if you don't understand something, ask why until you can understand it and make sense in your brain. So one thing I didn't like what my parents did was do this. Why? Because I say so, I'm your mama, I'm your daddy. That's why. I'm like, no, give me the reason why I need to do it so I can do it on my own, because I know it's the right thing to do, rather than just because you're my mama.
Right.
That's what I'm on. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I agree with that.
So I'm not on.
But I think, but sometimes too, I think that also too, one thing that maybe my husband had to adjust with is, like, the way that I communicate. Like, I'm going to ask why. I'm going to say, I'm going to say, like, well, when you did this, it made me feel this way. So I'm going to be, like, expressive, and I'll expect for you to figure out how you go answer to me softly. So I think it kind of goes both ways. Like,
yeah, it's give and take for sure. It's give and take.
But are you a soft deliverer?
I wasn't. In the past, I was told I was too harsh.
Okay.
I didn't listen to that, and then one day I was like, like 5 or 6 women told me that, right? So I was like, let me think about it, and maybe I am. I get it from my mama, but then I started trying to be more considerate. I'm gonna be honest and straightforward. That's who I am. That's the cloth I'm cut from. So I try to be more considerate of the person's feelings and how I say things. Mm-hmm.
And then too, naturally, you have a very deep and aggressive voice naturally.
Yeah,
right?
True. And
that's like one thing already.
That's true, because my youngest daughter, I remember she just kept losing her tablet and chargers. And I was frustrated with her, and I said, hey, you need to go find your charger. Because I'm not going to keep buying them. And then she start crying. And my mom and sister like, what are you yelling? She's like, you're yelling at me. I'm like, I didn't even yell to me. But it was much, you know how it is.
Yeah, and I think that women, like, we're like that. Like,
y'all
I don't,
are.
like,
That's facts.
if my husband yelled at me, I would be stunned.
And you're going to cry,
yep.
try to tell
I'm gonna
us on
cry
the show.
and,
We're going to be like, he might have deserved it. You ain't cooked real. You gave him some fake. He found out that food was fake. He's supposed to yell at you.
But seriously, like, if I, like, so... I don't think that he would ever do it because he knows that I cry, and if I cry, he would be like,
yeah, crying is y'all secret weapon because we
it's
don't
not
want to
even
see y'all cry.
we can't control it. It just be
That sounds
happening.
good. I think y'all control y'all cries.
Nah.
But men don't want to see the women that they care about cry.
Right.
Their mom, their sister, their girl, their daughter, whoever. That's a fact. So, and I think men are innately programmed to want to take care, make sure that their woman or their daughter or whoever it is be straight. I think we're programmed to do that. Mm-hmm. I believe that. So it's never like, oh, I'm trying to control. I just think that nowadays it's hard, like you said. A lot of women been single for a long time. They listening to Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B, even though they had husbands or boyfriends, whatever.
Listening to them
talk about hot girl summers and don't listen and I ain't got no nigga, ain't no nigga, ain't got me, all that stuff.
Well, they're talking about being single. That
I know,
was
but
when. Yeah,
Cardi B had a husband when she was talking all that.
No, she wasn't talking about being single.
She was talking about all the other stuff.
Like what?
All the aggressiveness and like we outside. And I'm like, I think a lot of women.
Because she was outside when she made that music because she broke up with him because he was cheating at the house in their studio.
She just broke up. They
had broken up before. The last album,
but they
broke
married
up.
Still. You say broke up like
he didn't know they was married. He didn't know they was married.
They was married.
No, she filed for divorce.
And she took him back. I know, but she took him back three times before that.
After she filed for divorce, so she probably thought she was ready to throw in the towel. And then she was like, dude, this dude that got me pregnant again. Nah. But anyway, we can't blame it on Megan. Megan was single, she outside.
I'm not blaming nobody.
I'm saying,
I don't believe
you're saying they're listening to that. It's not it.
That's created in this era is not conducive to getting on. It's a process. Put it this way: it's a process for women who've been single for a long time, listening to Meg Thee Stallion, outside doing what they want to do to
transition,
dial that back and transition.
Yeah,
and be like, okay, I got a man.
men.
So I know, but I don't know what that means. See, we can't compare men and women because it's not the same.
Oh my God,
men and women aren't the same.
This is how unhealthy relationships get created. That's what we're talking about.
Women and men aren't the same. We don't require the same things from each other. So it's not. We can't compare struggles like that.
What do you mean we don't? Like what specifically?
Well, like I said, if we don't, a man doesn't require
me to be a provider or a protector. You're saying,
or no, because I don't agree with that. I think we got to protect each other. But the way a woman protects a man is the way a man protects a woman. But he adds one more thing, which is physically. A woman can protect her man by if we out. Say I went to the bathroom and the dude try to holler at you. And you say, no, thank you, I'm married. Versus, bitch ass nigga, didn't you see I had a husband? Why you trying to come? That's a different. Now your man
First
coming
of all,
into.
if you still talking, if you still attracting women that do that, it's you.
See, I'm trying to give you something.
You're giving it to me, and I got it.
I know,
received it.
But listen, what I'm saying. That's the protection of the way a woman protects her man is by not doing that, not putting him in a position where he has to come defend you.
You need a woman who won't do that.
I know, but
have you dated her before?
That's true. We all need a woman that can do that.
Have you dated that woman before?
Yes, and I dated both, and that's what I'm saying. My experiences is not one-sided, is all of it. Mm-hmm. So I have experienced it all. So what I'm saying is that's how a woman will protect her man, not putting him in a position where he had to do something to somebody. Y'all are supposed to make it home together, say.
Like I've dated someone in college that he's a little much, okay? Like,
what do you mean by
like
much?
we're driving in the car Charleston to Nellis. Mm-hmm. This other dude cut me off. Mm-hmm. He's behind. We're following each other.
Okay, so y'all in two different cars.
You're right. Mm-hmm. He pulls up goes to the window.
Start
wilding. Pop the truck. I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah, he was doing a lot.
Too much.
That's a lot. That's too much. Like he ain't putting neither one of y'all in a good position.
No, thank you.
So I agree with you. So that's why I say men have to protect women in that same way too. Hey, if sometimes a man might be disrespectful to you, or you might assume it as a man. You with your woman somewhere, a man disrespectful. You got to make a choice to say, okay, I got my woman here. This, I don't know what he got on him. He might be being disrespectful because he wants something. He wants you to pop off, right? He wants you to do something so he could pull a gun out, his boys, whatever. You don't never know. So you got to make a decision as a man, like, okay, we gonna get out of here because I don't want to put my woman and myself in this position. We want to get home. I completely agree. So that's how you protect, and I mean, we both protect each other in that way, in a way of not putting each other in bad positions where we might not make it home, or somebody might go to jail. Who knows what happened? So I mean so we both have to do that for each other. I believe that. So that's why I say we need to protect each other.
And then protect each other emotionally, to protect each other, like you said already, physically. But there's a way that we have to communicate those things. Like even if you're like I know, like for me, I'm calm and then 100. Like I don't have the middle part. Like, and that's just because if I get to that 100, you've really done something for me to get to that 100. And I think my husband's that way too. Yeah. So it's like there's no middle. It's just I'm flipping out. Right. So luckily we have that, the calm part, and we can communicate those things. Yeah. But I mean, I think you just have to be able to kind of pause and like really take in what other people are communicating to you. Like if your partner's telling you that your voice is too aggressive for them, or the way that you deliver some information to that person, you might need to go to therapy to figure out how to communicate differently, especially if you've been doing it that way your whole life. Because you can't tell from you being the person doing it, like how it feels on the other side. So I think that if your voice is naturally aggressive, naturally deep, and like powerful, like you might have to like learn that soft voice. And I think that that's one thing I remember Shaquille O'Neal talking about that, Michael Jackson talking about that. Like they changed their voice because their stature, and so that they wouldn't present to be aggressive. Yeah,
and I don't know if I agree with that, but I understand it.
I mean, that's what they said. That's what
I know they did what they did, but I'll be like, hey.
But I can't see that. Like if Shaq was like loud, rowdy, whatever, he already big. And Michael Jackson was already tall. You know what I mean? So he already had that. And he was freaking Michael Jackson too, from 4 or 5 years old. Yeah, he's already had that star power. So, and he had a deep voice like that. Probably was initially aggressive like that. Yeah. And so he probably had to.
So did Prince.
Yeah.
But he was little.
Prince was little. Come on, with his butt cheeks out and everything. Shout out to Prince. But I think that they realized that the way that they had to communicate with other people, whether it be their fans or other business, acquaintances, then they would have to adjust how they communicated.
Yeah, communication is the key. And if somebody's telling you that they feel, you should take it. If it's somebody that you care about and love, and they never try to take advantage of you or lie to you, then you should take into account what they're telling you and look inside and see.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Somebody say you're doing something, and it's somebody you care about, you be like, listen, I don't agree, but let me see. Let me take a step back, check myself, see if that's what I do. I always think we should always be self-monitoring and have self-awareness. I think self-awareness is lacking, and that's probably one of the biggest problems. So I agree with you. If somebody you love says something that you're doing, you should check yourself and see if that's what you're doing and be cognizant of it. Yeah. And if you need to go to therapy to be cognizant of it, or to figure
I think everybody needs to go to therapy.
Find out,
I think that should even be like a non-negotiable.
They should make it cheaper then if everybody got to go, because everybody can't afford it.
I've offered therapy for free,
really?
And I mean that we have places.
Eateries got free therapy.
Yeah, we used to. We didn't get it this year. We didn't get it this year for real. But normally
Donald Trump messing up stuff.
However, there is a place that does offer therapy for $45 per session.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, it's
that's
very
cheap.
inexpensive. Licensed therapist. And it's called K-Inta. K into Therapy. It's in this. I don't know if they have another location, but this one's in Summerlin Parkway and like Town Center. I think whatever that street is. It goes into Sun City.
I know what you're talking about.
So yeah, they have a full facility there.
It's $45
per session. Yeah, and then too, I think Domingo Therapy. I think that they have a therapy. Some places have therapy on a sliding scale, which means that like based off of your income, like you can get therapy for free, or you can get therapy for $25, or you can get therapy for $65. Yeah. So I think that people just have to like look. And then to ask your friends, like, hey, do you know something? I mean, I know something. So if you need, somebody out there, or you need, a place to go to therapy, like, try it.
My daughter's in therapy. I'll get therapy for $10 because it's my insurance. Shout out to my insurance.
Have you gone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not against therapy, but I'm not against therapy. But what I am against, I'm gonna be honest. I'm against so many people using these therapy dialogue and not knowing what it means, just saying narcissistic and gaslighting and all those things all so much. Hey, y'all, stop it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that people learn. People start to learn things, and then they start to,
overuse it or misuse it.
Yeah, and I think that's a natural thing. First of all, I'm glad that y'all learned the word in the first place.
Now
learn how to use the word properly,
or how to heal.
Yeah,
and so you don't use the word improperly.
But I definitely like you. I'm gonna say this: you being 47 years old, unmarried. You're a sweet guy.
I've been
even though you a butthole.
I'm half gentleman, half a-hole. That's what I am.
Okay, well, you need to go to therapy to reduce it down to 25%. You need to be 75% gentleman, 25% butthole. That's a good balance.
I'm gonna say 60,
I'm telling
40.
you, nope. Yeah. It's 75-25.
60-40.
So I think that there are ways that you can navigate relationships. And two, like if you've had experiences where your parents, didn't communicate well, they yelled at each other, or you saw them do that, like you should know how you felt when you saw that. And
definitely, that's why I didn't yell at my daughters. I don't never yell at my daughters. But I'll tell you, I do have a, put it this way. That's why I knew I was never going to be a good teacher. Because if I explain something to you, I'm going to actually do you understand. And if you say yes, and then you do it again and again, then I get frustrated. And then my voice raises. That's a fact.
So I mean, I
don't like saying the same thing over.
Yeah, but I think that you say it one time, right? And the person thinks that they got it, and then it happens again, but it's like a slight difference in what the first time was, and then you try to explain it again, and then you get frustrated or upset. Like, that
happens.
Yeah, but I think that you need to learn.
I understand.
Yeah, but I think that like how much grace can you give someone who doesn't know how to communicate effectively?
Exactly, but they have to go with themselves to learn how to.
I agree.
I can't teach them that because I'm not a therapist. Even though
you could have the patience and grace.
I was in college for psychology because I was wondering. But I give grace. I give more grace than anybody. I'm the most grace-giving person. If I build a friendship, there's no friendship that has ever ended with me because of me. And most of them don't end because I'm authentic with my friendship. So I mess with you. I'm gonna be down there for you. We're gonna be there for each other. I'm gonna hold you down and have your back. But I'm also gonna tell you the truth. And I think you should love me for that. I feel like the people who know me, they be like, yo, I love you for the fact that I know where you stand. You never phony. You never say something and then I hear from somebody else that you talk behind my back. So I'm fair, but I'm also, and maybe it's because my mom left. My mom left in like 89, 90. So I was like 12, something like that. 12, 11. She left us all.
So you know what? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that just made me think of the level of like typically moms give you that soft compassionate.
They give you the kindness part.
Yeah, so
part.
it sounds like you may have missed that a little bit,
and
maybe a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. My sisters told me that I'm my mom's favorite. I thought I was the most understanding. See, this goes back to the point. I gave my mom the most grace and understanding because I understand what she went through when she was young. But
what I'm saying is that your mom may not have known how to give that to you.
I think that you're right.
Yeah,
because her mom didn't give it to her.
And I, you know, like learning that a lot of people like have that, like they didn't hug, they didn't like. I literally would get in the bed with my mom or my grandparents or whomever. I get in the bed with my family and cuddle, like we watching the news or we watching
issues. My mom had issues with her mom. Rest in peace to both of them. But my mom definitely had issues with her mom.
So that's that 75% we need you to give.
That affected us.
We only got like 2 minutes, but
that was a good conversation though.
But I do think that, you know, like to sum up the conversation about, you know, how to navigate healthy relationships is that first to identify like what you aren't doing properly.
I agree.
I do recommend therapy for everybody. And
look in the mirror first, y'all, and then find the therapy that you can afford and the therapist that you.
And it might be an old white lady in real life. I'm trying to tell y'all, black people.
Yeah, it don't have to be somebody that look like you or is your same gender.
Because sometimes I feel like it may be better because they don't know, so they're giving you the real professional perspective of like, you know, something that they don't completely identify with or looking on at your situation from the outside. But anyway, definitely think that you should look within. Definitely think that everybody should go to therapy. And if you've been in this life this long and you have not found a partner that is like really your ace or someone who can just like you can't wait to see that person, or you can't wait to do business with this person, or you can't, you know, like you can't wait to go on a hot date with it. Like when you find that person, in order for you to find that person, you have to find that within yourself. And I do think
that's a fact.
I think that's your next journey.
My next journey. Exactly. I'm always on my journey, and so you're right. I agree with you. Shout out to everybody for listening to Way Bigger Than Sports. This was a great show. Hey, go find a therapist if you feel like you need therapy. If you don't feel like you need therapy, you probably need therapy.
For real. Listen, I didn't think I needed therapy. I'm glad I went to therapy from a breakup.
Yeah, you needed it.
Yeah, I needed it. I for sure needed it then because somebody was about to get it.
Fire sign. Watch out for fire signs, y'all.
But I do think that because I'm already a calm person, like I think that, you know, there needed to be a balance. Like I needed to be more aggressive in some certain situations and then take ownership of some things.
I agree with that. That's why I'm 50-50. Half asshole, half gentleman.
No, you
trying to tell me
75-20. That's what we gonna work on for the rest of the year. 75% soft. Y'all. No, soft gentleman.
Yin and yang.
No, 75% soft gentleman, and then you could be 25% asshole.
If you ain't an asshole, they gonna do something.
No, they're not.
They gonna run over you, take advantage of you.
No, they're not. There, if you and we definitely need to have that conversation about simping, but I think that the slang definition of simp and what the real definition of simp is not really balanced. So
we got to define them both on the show.
Yeah,
we'll have that coming up soon for y'all. But we got to get out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Way Bigger Than Sports show.
Revive Lounge,
Boss Lady, for
this Friday, 5 p.m. ribbon cutting. You know, we got a toast for you.
Ribbon cutting,
and then
mocktails,
make a reservation. Yeah.
Tea, pastries.
We got fire lemon pepper chicken salad. We got this. We just added a adult peanut butter and jelly sandwich. We have a grilled cheese. You can dip your tomatoes, dip into your tomato soup. Like we got some pizza with these delicate flours.
Is it thin crust pizza or regular crust?
No, it's probably in between.
In between?
Yeah.
That's the best pizzas. I used to hate them. Shout out to Revive. Grand opening tomorrow.
Yes.
At 6.
5 p.m. 5 p.m.
At 5.
Yeah.
At 5 p.m.
Yep. And Quinn gonna be here.
Thank y'all for listening to us. Shout out to Suge. We'll see you later. Hopefully you safe travels. All right, we out of here, y'all. Peace.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. High 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot 702.5fm.com.